Yo, what's up, Swag Gang? You already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Keon Laura, aka KL Swag, back here with a video, man. First off, I'm gonna say that I feel like Cam Newton, bro. I mean, I don't got no cut, no lineup, no nothing, bro. Like, I need to take my twists out. Like, y'all, like, it's crazy. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. But at the same time, my nigga I still feel like I look good, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, uh, but anyways, man, look, man, y'all came here to literally hear me talk about this video, bro. Look, man, Colorado football is literally falling apart now. Shout out to that man, Matt B. Great, bro, because he been dropping a hella Colorado content, bro. Which look, I don't know nothing about, bro. As soon as I see him post, I said, damn, again? It's something else going on? So look, man, let's get into it, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm doing too much talking. Let's get into it.
I like Coach Prime. I think you guys know that. But at this current point in time, this Colorado football team is literally falling apart right in front of our eyes.
Damn.
Another night, another prime time video. Look, man, I'm not beating around the bush. I know why you're here. You know why you're here. In tonight's video, we got to talk about the newest and new. I know there's a newer update every 4 or 5 hours, but this is the newest and new updates about Colorado, Coach Prime, and what's going on. And one of, if not the main topic of tonight's video is 51. 51. 51, the number 51. Now, I know what you're sitting there saying, Matt, what does that number represent? And I think a lot of you have put two and two together. 51 represents the new total of amount of transfers. I can't even believe I'm saying this. 51 represents the amount of players from Colorado that have entered the transfer portal. I'm going to say that again. You heard me correctly. 50 freaking one. I don't even know what to say. Unreal. Whoa. Hold on. I know what a bunch of you are about to run to the comments and say. Matt, who cares? Get them bums out of here. Like you said, you got to clean the house.
Yeah,
those 50
that's true.
Guys, they're a part of the 1-11 team. We got to clean the house. Get the losers out. Hey, my friend, I've said it countless times. I'm with y'all on that. I agree. I got the Coach Carter mentality when it comes to the situation, but I need you to hear me out. Some of these new guys that have entered the portal are concerning to say the least. Because one of those 51 includes Tavon Beasley, who was a cornerback at Jackson State. He transferred into Colorado to play for DEION. So that guy wasn't a loser. He wasn't a part of that 1-11 team. And then also recently today, an offensive tackle that came in January, he announced he's entering the portal. This was an SEC offensive tackle. This wasn't some scrub. And also the newest of new updates we talked about earlier today, Coach Prime was cutting a bunch of these guys that were on the team. We already talked all about that in the video earlier today, so if you want to find out some more information
everybody can't have scholarships and everybody can't be on
the stuff I've told you up to this point in this video, that is just some of the stuff we're going to speak on. But here's what I will say, and I don't care how you feel about this situation. This is a cold, hard fact. Colorado is literally falling apart at this moment in time. You know how sometimes we go, oh yeah, this team's falling apart, but we don't actually mean it? No, I actually mean it. I don't know how to emphasize that more. 51 transfers. I believe at this current moment in time, they only have 19 guys on scholarship.
What?
I don't think I gotta say, you should know this. This is going to be a really entertaining video.
Like D2 program sound like.
Whatever you like to eat when you watch a video. And real quick, I want to say this. On the previous video we uploaded earlier today, I said, hey.
Like D2, it only be a certain amount of dudes that be on scholarship. All the other dudes don't really be on scholarship like that. They either be academics or some other type of stuff. So only a certain amount of scholarship, you know those dudes that play that, start.
If we can get it to 1,500 likes before 8 p.m., we'll upload again, which is this one. And I don't want this to sound like I was underestimating you guys, but we got over 2,000 likes in 2 hours. The support has been unreal. We got one of the best communities out there, and the proof is in the pudding. You know what they say? Men lie, women lie.
That's a swag game started growing.
So I do want to give some recognition to you guys. All right, Matt, shut the crap up.
Damn, he popped his ass.
Now, without further ado, let's get into it. First things first, I know this is a little bit off topic, but I hit a straight up lick today in Publix. Oh yeah, by the way, if you don't know what Publix is, it is a grocery store in the Southeast, originated in Florida. One of the best grocery stores ever.
Great funny, bro. It's crazy because the way he talks is just.
Hi, we're the Carbo family, and I'm Rick, and this is
Nicole.
Nicole.
Out there. What's a good way to say this? Publix is like if Walmart was actually good. But anyways, the point is they had body armors, buy one, get one free, but for an 8-pack. So essentially meaning I got 16 body armors for like $7. I hit a straight up lick, and if you know anything about body armors, you know they do not go on sale. But also, somebody sent me this, and I've already talked about this before, but I'm going to address it again because people don't understand this. Somebody tagged this to me on Twitter and said, Matt, what's your opinion? So basically it's saying if you split the U.S. in half, who would win head-to-head, people versus people? I guess people are just highly misinformed about this. But if you are on the west of this line, and if you don't know what west is, the left of this line, hence California's west coast, you're not even getting past the first 5 states on the east. And I'm not even sold on the fact that the entire left of this line can take on Florida and New York alone. But scratch that, you're not getting past Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Iowa, and Minnesota. There's not a single chance. And if you somehow did, you'd be wounded, and then you'd have to run into Memphis. To my people on the West Coast, I respect y'all. In Colorado, I guess you're included in this mix, but
damn,
Memphis is a different breed. You're not getting past that. And let's say you somehow made it to the final line, which would be New York and Washington, D.C., you'd be in for a treat. New York's a different breed. They'd be hitting a Bobby Schmurder dance while eating a bacon, egg, and cheese on one of your dead homies. So yeah, there's my 2 cents on that. But let's lock in. Let's get down to business here. This is a football channel. Y'all know I love reading your guys' comments. They're amazing, but unfortunately, for time's sake, I can only read a couple per video, and I really like this one. This is coming from a football player, so we're getting a good perspective. This is from Brandon Pete. Thank you for the comment, by the way, and listen to what he had to say. And by the way, he commented this comment on the video where we talked about the player that was throwing shade and shots at Sanders. Brandon
which he shouldn't be doing
I played football out of school, started as a true freshman, then hurt my back the 5th game of the season and never saw the field again. I finished my freshman year, then moved back home and transferred to a school near home to be a normal student at the beginning of my sophomore year. I called my old coach and asked if they would send me the film of the only 5 games I was able to play in, since that's all I had to remember my college career, and they wouldn't send it to me. Once they have no use for you, a lot of them could care less. I said it in the video, I'm going to say it again.
That is true, you guys. That really is true, because like I said, when I played college ball, you guys, and I played in Pennsylvania, I played 5 games. I knew eligibility and stuff like that, I would actually be playing right now. Not at the school that I'm at right now because it's D2. I'm not playing D2. Now, I don't got nothing towards D2 or whatever like that. That's just me. I see myself as being, that top guy, that top dude. Not even at a Power 5, just a D1 school that I know, play at quickly, So, if I wouldn't have played those 5 games, bro, I would have been playing Division I football right now, to be honest. But he is right, bro, and how I got my film and how I got my highlights, they were on Huddle. So I hurry up and got them, and then boom, they took me off. Like, I had enough time to stack up all my highlights and stuff like that. And then boom, right after that, I made it as a highlight, reel or whatever like that. And boom, I was straight or whatever. Like, I still got my highlights to this day. You gotta make sure you get your highlights or whatever like that if it's on Huddle or whatever. Now I know some schools don't do Huddle or whatever like that, but I was good and fortunate enough to have a Huddle. So I was about to go transfer to another school or whatever like that, but a lot of little family stuff happened and stuff like that. So I took like 2 years off. But now I'm back doing videos, and now I'm doing videos, and I'm in college, and stuff like that. Yeah, but yeah, bro, he is right, bro. Dude is right.
It's a controversial topic in debate.
They don't care.
Player, he asked Deion Sanders in Colorado, hey, can I have some film to send these new schools? And they said no. And I told you straight up, there's not just one argument to it. There's like 5 or 6. One of the key arguments I try to tell you guys is that a lot of coaches, they're not going to send out their practice film to anybody.
Yeah.
Do I agree with it? Would I be that way? No, I would not. I would have the Nick Saban approach. If you don't know what Nick Saban does, he always helps on his transfer players. He'll send film. He'll send whatever the other team wants or needs. Does Nick Saban have his boundaries when it comes to how much film he's going to send? Yeah, I'm sure he does. But for the most part, that's why you see in Alabama enter the transfer portal. They're normally signed to a new team in about 24, 48 hours.
Yeah.
Nick Saban tends to help his guys out, and I would be the same way. Now, let me make this clear. I'm not trying to throw shade at Deion Sanders because I understand his perspective. He's a brand new head coach trying to establish himself. He doesn't want to give anybody an ounce of leverage against his team. He doesn't want to give any team advantages. No matter how you view this, I don't think there's a wrong opinion. I don't think it's wrong for Deion Sanders not to send out practice film, but I also wouldn't mind if a coach does send out practice film. I can see both sides to it.
Yeah.
But I also found this reply to Brandon that I found rather fascinating. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to side with the so-called student athlete. In my opinion, these kids are now being looked at as employees, and thank the NIL for that. These kids coming out of high school are being looked at in college athletics as employees at your local hardware store. Produced or you're out. I agree with that statement, but here's my counter argument. What's the problem? That's what life's about, isn't it? If you're not producing at your job, well, it's nothing personal, but they're going to fire you. It's the same thing with college football. I don't think it's so much that we're treating these kids like employees, but we're just holding them to standards. I could talk about this for 20 more minutes. We've already talked about it way too much. We got to get a move on. Here's what we really need to talk about. I say we speed run this Deion Sanders journey from Jackson State to where we are now. Coach Prime accepts a job at Colorado. One of the first things he says is, hey, I'm going to clean the house. You better enter the portal because I'm bringing my Louis. Everyone's like, ha, Deion, and he's got some jokes. But turns out he wasn't joking. And weirdly enough, from December up until mid-April, there wasn't too much to talk about.
I don't typically like experiences.
Bro, this is crazy.
About surrounding Deion in Colorado. Nothing was going on. The only major thing that happened for Colorado was they got Travis Hunter and Shadur Sanders. Outside of that, pretty much it. They was just practicing, getting better, and surprisingly, not too many guys entered the portal up until the spring portal opened. Last Saturday, they have the spring game. They was airing it on national TV. It was on ESPN. They have a sellout crowd. It was amazing. It was an awesome environment. And then right after that game on Saturday, that's when all the chaos started to ensue. The big domino effect that started this all was Montana Lamonius Craig, the star wide receiver in the spring game. He announces he's hitting the portal. Then after that, in about 4 hours, 13 more players entered the portal. Then that number gets up to 17, and by the night ended, you had 20 players enter the portal in less than 24 hours.
It's crazy.
A couple days go by, that number just continues to slowly grow. A couple days ago, I think it was either 2 days ago or yesterday, it was at 41, and now we're over 50. And to go on top of all that, you got players coming out saying, hey, Deion Sanders cut me, he won't give me my film, and yeah. It's been a mess. And the craziest part about all that, I get it.
Not balling.
And trust me,
Not
I've been
balling.
myself just trying to keep up with everything. I'm just touching on the major details. There's some other minor details we haven't even talked about just because I don't think they're too important, but they've happened. With all that being said, I get it. It was a lot, but we're now up to date with our current time, and somehow, some way, today, it even got worse. Or maybe not worse for Colorado, but the situation, it got messier. Around this morning lunchtime, depending on where you live, their offensive tackle, who was a former 4-star recruit coming in from Florida, he announced, hey, I'm leaving. Not good, but also about 5-6 hours ago, an edge rusher from Michigan who came in January as well, same as the Florida player, he announced he's leaving. I want you to keep in mind, these two guys I just mentioned, they were not a part of this Colorado football team last year. They were playing at Michigan and Florida. Powerhouses. I don't know why I called Michigan and Florida powerhouses. I meant to say part of the Power 5 schools. You get what I'm trying to say. I like Coach Prime. I think you guys know that. But at this current point in time, this Colorado football team is literally falling apart right in front of our eyes. And I think it's cool because this is going to go down in history books. We're going to be telling our kids about this in 20 years. And it's going to go either one or two ways. I'm either going to be telling my kids in 20 years from now how Deion Sanders took over a terrible Colorado team and led them to 3 straight back-to-back-to-back national titles, or way number 2, I'm going to be telling my kids how Deion Sanders got hired at Colorado and it was the worst hire of all time and he got fired in 4 years. Obviously, I exaggerated that to a certain extent, but I think we can all agree we're in the same boat. This is either going to turn out to be really, really good or really, really bad. No in-betweens. And I got a question for y'all. Please, let me know in the comments. Would you do it any differently? And if you would, how? I mean, what would you change? Because me personally, I would do it the exact same way he's doing this. You got to get the bums and losers out. Sure, maybe a couple guys here and there left that, we didn't think was going to leave, but that's going to happen when you're doing a max exodus. Is that the right word to use? I think it is. I don't know if I've ever used that word in my life.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it means.
Roll with it. It sounded good. I think the greatest analogy I can use is, you know when you got that big wasp nest and you've been meaning to spray it, but you've been putting it off and it finally gets so big, you're like, okay, I got to spray it before it gets any bigger. Well, are you going to spray that wasp nest and still let one or two of them stay up there? No, you want to get all of them gone. Because if you don't get rid of all of them and you leave 1, 2, or 3 and you don't think it's a big deal, it's going to come back to bite you in the butt a couple months later. That's what's happening here. Get all the wasps out. There's no reason to leave a couple behind. Who cares? Yeah, a lot of people are highly misinformed about this. You only need 11 players to play college football. Do y'all know that? You don't need 85.
That's true.
Having 85 is a luxury. You only need 11. And last time
I had 22 on my high school roster.
Now, granted, yeah, that would be a terrible
22,
scenario,
24.
but you could still play games. You might have to put Travis Hunter at defensive end, offensive tackle, but hey, man, you got to do what you got to do. And to be honest, between me and you, I think Travis Hunter could get 3 sacks against USC. But don't tell USC fans I said that. USC's so soft.
Yeah, but nah, bro. Basically what he's saying, bro, this is crazy. I mean, man, dudes just leaving, bro. They're just being soft. Coming in. More don't come in. But the thing is about competing, bro. A lot of these dudes are scared of contact. They don't want to compete, bro. They think they're just going to come in and start and play, bro. Everybody's not going to start, bro. Everybody's not going to start. That's all that is, bro. And that's the reason. Look, bro, like I said on all these other Deion Sanders videos, bro, with Matt Be Great, bro. A lot of these dudes are scared of competition, man. Look, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Make sure you like the video. I love you guys. Stay swagged up.